And local recording.
And local?
Actually, no, you're good. You're good.
Why?
YouTube already streams locally.
Wow. Hey. Hello, and
Hey.
welcome to The Trials,
The Trials.
a gaming podcast,
Mm-hmm.
where today we are the attorneys presiding. We are the attorneys presiding, and you are the judges.
Or the jury.
The judge and the jury. The judgery.
Jay, you are the judgeries.
I am Nathan,
I am Aaron.
and why should you listen to us? You probably shouldn't, but we're gonna talk anyway.
Yeah. Whether you listen or not. All or none of you.
Oh, all none. Okay. You have some things you wanted me to?
Yep, we're going to start off with a new segment beginning. We're going to try to put a little structure to what we're doing so we don't just keep on rambling about just things like we did last time.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, though.
Hey, Kat. Alright, so we're going to start off with the news stories. I am going to select about 10 news items that have happened recently. Nathan does not know any of them, so we're going to get his general reactions and what he believes into them. We'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll see how this goes. So, let's get in here. Delicately. First off, we're going to talk about Rocket League. You okay there?
It's so smooth. It's so
Alright, so Rocket League has sold 5 million copies with 15 million players and has made $110 million. Coming from an indie studio. Probably, I think, if I am not wrong, it has about 10 employees in that studio.
I mean, shit, did you play the first one?
Rocket League?
Yeah.
No, I did not play it. I'm gonna double check. But yeah, $110 million from this company. And this is all just to them.
That's not bad at all. I mean, without liabilities and expenses, that's $11 million apiece. 10 people, you said?
Yeah, I think it's about 10 people. So $110 million. It's a huge success. Everyone loves it. I love Rocket League. I keep playing it.
I know you do. Doesn't mean you're getting any better, though.
No, I'm not getting better at all at Rocket League. I keep trying for those aerials. Not working out too hard. Alright. Number 2 on the news. AMD has now released their mid-range graphics card. It's $200. And it comes VR ready. One of the cheapest graphics card you could buy and be able to play VR.
How much was my graphics card?
500?
And I can't play VR.
No, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can.
The way you phrase it, I'm like, we fucked up.
No, you can definitely play on yours, but
Okay.
for people who are not planning to spend a lot of money like you did on your computer, because most people don't spend that much money on the computer. This is a really big news because that means you can have generally a much cheaper rig and play VR games. Other than the fact that
I mean, you only have to shell out like $1,000 to $1,000 for the fucking VR
I know,
in
like
the first place.
$600 if you want Rift, $800 if you want the Vive. I mean, this makes it a little easier.
But it's okay. The graphics card's fine.
Yeah, the graphics card would be good for now. Maybe later on, not too much when they start making nicer games, but VR ready right now.
I feel like if someone's ready to drop $800, I don't think they're gonna shirk too much at $200 for an AMD video graphics card. I don't think that's really on their mind. It's like I'm gonna drop $600 to $1,000 to play this anyway. I'm sure I can drop a couple more $100 to get the fucking VR in the first place.
Theoretically, what you say kind of makes sense.
It
However,
absolutely makes sense because I said it.
it's very interesting though. It's definitely a thing to look at.
I'm so excited for VR. I'm not gonna buy it. Shit's too damn expensive.
Too expensive. Why would it be PlayStation VR? How do you feel about that?
That I'll probably get.
$400?
It's a lot more doable. It is a lot more doable.
Okay.
Although I do play a lot of PC gaming, so I don't know. I feel like I'd want one of the others, but
it's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It's an expensive thing to
price
get
range
into.
Is up there.
Yeah. One day we'll make that one of our topics. One day. News 3. Here's the Storm. Draft mode for unranked
I saw that.
is now being implemented.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
I won't be queued with plebeians anymore. God. I was playing a game earlier today. First pick Sergeant Hammer. Shitty map for Sergeant Hammer.
Which one was it?
It was, it wasn't anything that makes sense. It was, like, it wasn't shrines or anything where you could actually utilize her AoE. It was, I think it was Towers of Doom, I believe.
Okay. Alright.
I mean, it wasn't the worst. You can hold off the fucking altars, but it was first pick. It was a really bad first pick after they first picked Chromie. So legitimately, she would siege up and Chromie would be like, "Fuck you!"
And then when you try escaping, she's like, "Slow, stay, don't move." No, I think that's I think it's really important just because.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? I think it's really important because now people can get experience in draft mode without being in ranked, and more people will be more accustomed.
Hopefully, we'll see less of that first pick Sergeant Hammer.
No, you're always gonna see first pick. You're gonna see first pick Gazlo still.
No, yeah, but there is a wall. Like after you break a certain ranking, people start to like grasp how to draft.
That's about rank 10, I feel like, maybe even
No,
rank 5.
well, I mean, last preseason it got a lot better after like low 20s. It did.
There was no draft. No,
No, there wasn't a draft, but people actually played well.
yeah.
Like, it's worse about a draft because then the other team can't stop your team from making a stupid decision.
True. Okay. The next on the news is going to be Overwatch ranked gameplay isn't coming out a little later until the late June instead of early June now.
Wait, I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening?
No.
Too late, you missed it. Number 5!
I was waving!
Number 5! Who you waving at? You're waving at yourself.
That looked good. What did you say? What was number 4?
Overwatch. Ranked gameplay is not coming out until late June instead of early June, so they pushed it back.
I find that weird considering the entire premise of the game is competitive play.
Yes.
And, being able to constantly adapt on the fly to counter the composition of the opposing team. To not have that, and also not have a story mode and the game have be sporting a $60 price tag.
Yeah, I think
it seems very empty.
A lot of
people... And I like the game, it just seems
so
it's missing.
You're saying that 3 game modes and 6 maps is not enough for you?
They want me to... Yeah, I'm just gonna...
He's saying the chat is saying to chug. The jury is telling you to chug. The jury's harsh tonight.
Nah, I'm about to champ this.
It's a 1-man jury and he's harsh.
It's a 2-man jury.
Oh, 2. Yeah, it is a 2-man jury. Gotta chug it now.
Yeah, no. Delicious.
Oh god.
Oh, so good.
So getting back to that. Are you saying Overwatch's 3 game modes, 6 maps are not good enough for you with no ranked play?
I mean, I still bought that shit. But, like I said, it seems very empty.
It does, and I feel like...
A competitive game with no ranked play, a $60 price tag with no story mode, and I mentioned this last time, I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult to have, like, a 1 to 3 hour story mode for each hero. Because there's so much lore behind it already. Mm-hmm. It helped flesh out the characters, because the only way you can really get the lore is by watching the shorts or reading the comics.
Yeah.
And maybe, fucking reward plays for putting that time in with like an exclusive skin. I think that'd be nice.
It would make Overwatch a little easier for the early adopters, because now basically it's like buy the $60 game, and later on we'll give you more maps. Later on we'll give you more of this, and later on we'll give you ranked play. And it's like, well, why am I gonna buy it now then?
They're asking who you are. Why are you special?
Why am I special? I'm very special.
Why?
No, there's no reason. You shouldn't listen to me. What did it say? Is he a pro Overwatch player? I am not. I'm not a pro Overwatch player, but I've spent a lot of time playing competitive games.
You have, yeah.
A lot of time playing competitive games, and I'm not saying Overwatch is not a fun game. It's a fun game, great to play. I feel like it's given a little bit of a pass on it that it's Blizzard, where I feel like if any other developer released a game kind of bare bones like that, more people would have outlashed. However, I do feel like Blizzard's gonna come in and actually give you everything else you need. You're gonna have more characters coming in, more maps coming in, and later on it'll be worth the $60 price tag. But right now, I think it's other than the fact that it's fun to play. I don't see much. I don't understand that it's a 10 out of a 10 game. I think that's definitely overstating it or anything like that. I think the game's very strong, very good, but right now the state that it's at, very bare bones. I don't think it's a straight 10 out of 10.
For what it has right now, it's a solid game. But
it's a solid, fun game, super polished, super balanced. The characters are thought out very well. There's just not enough there. I mean, generally I find most people play it for short bursts. They play it 45 minutes or something like that, or play a couple games in there and drop out. Play a couple games, drop out, and stuff like that. No, the community behind it is great, but then again, if they just leave it like that, it's gonna fall off. There's gonna be other games coming out, and eventually people are gonna lose taste into it.
Yeah, like I said, I've had Overwatch since late alpha, early beta. I had 5 beta keys. I played the game twice, and I didn't give a beta key to anyone. Because I didn't even know I had him.
Because you're mean. You're a mean guy.
That's how little
I
played it. I think it looks more like the Zohan.
Alright, in the picture.
Google. Here, let me. I gotta make this a thing.
Is this gonna be a thing now?
I'm gonna call you the Zohan for the rest of your fucking life.
It's good. At least it was a good movie.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Completely.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Next on the news, Xbox One is now getting lowered to a $300 price tag officially.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not.
$300, making it I think about the same price as PS4, depending on the bundle or time period. But yeah, I mean, from everything that sales is saying, there's 400 million PS4s out, and there's 200 million Xbox Ones out. PS4 is outselling it 2-1. That's a global, not just in the U.S. U.S. has a little different markets, but still, I think definitely PS4 is outselling it. Xbox One kind of messed up in the beginning, kind of initial stages.
Oh, absolutely. But they did. The guy who was
that guy.
Boss man, can't remember his name. I know
Phil Spencer.
No, that's the new one. The guy who headlined its release.
Oh yeah. Eventually fired. Yeah, he left.
Yeah,
because this man managed the whole thing bad. No one really liked what they're saying. Things being DRM, you having to be online all the time. People don't like that, and were really scared. So then Xbox kind of backed away. Later on, we'll talk about what Xbox is going to be doing for the future, which is seeming more to be PC gaming like. Rumors saying they're not even going to have a disc anymore, so they're going all digital, meaning there's going to be straight DRM on there.
Just to digress,
very similar to Steam. Steam is very much DRM also.
Just to digress, I once had an Xbox One.
You did? I had an Xbox One too.
And then you sold it to me.
Yes.
And then I didn't touch it for 3 months.
No, we did not touch it.
Then I sold it on Craigslist.
Yes.
But we still make avid use of both our PlayStations.
Yeah, generally about.
I fucking use my GameCube and my Nintendo 64 more than I use my Xbox One. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I cracked open some Pokemon Stadium the other night. Last time I played my Xbox One, a long time ago.
So you can say that you played the GameCube much more recently than Xbox One.
He says.
Tell us about the Ouya. Alright, y'all need to listen. The Ouya is the greatest gaming console that has ever been released.
That was ever been released?
And it's ever been released. So much support for that Ouya. So much hype for the Ouya. The Ouya was a piece of shit. It was a Kickstarter console running on Android. They were touting like, oh, everything's gonna be trying a demo and you can play things. No, that game was a piece of shit. It wasn't really good. It was like completely just failed.
I need another drink.
We have no more drinks. It's past 12. You can't buy drinks anymore.
I'll just take shots of vodka.
That sounds like a plan for you.
You want to give me some vodka?
Not really.
Okay.
Fallout 4 mods are now available on Xbox One.
Oh.
Mods are officially available on Xbox One, and this is I think one of the bigger.
Modding's not that huge in the PlayStation community, is it?
There's no mods. This is the first time that I guess officially or a big game has put mods onto a console.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier to modify an Xbox simply because of the way it is. It's also a lot easier to bot and have custom controls like in Call of Duty, like I can't remember the technical word for them, but like be able to do like extreme rapid shots or drop shots at the push of a button, and exploit that way. That was never an issue with PlayStation that I can remember.
No,
because you can legitimately go online and buy a modded controller for Xbox and just have a ridiculously competitive advantage.
I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing on PS4. I think Xbox community is a little more hardcore in gaming.
Yeah, but I'm not sure it can be altered in the way, because like it's not like stuff you could typically do throughout the actual game. Like your rate of fire is increased exponentially. I'm not sure how you would do that on the PlayStation.
No.
I think it's simply because it's a lot. People are a lot more used to being able to edit, things from Microsoft. Like mods on the computer are everywhere.
Yes, mods have been on the computer for a long time.
Anyway, what else? What else we?
Actually, that's about it. It wasn't actually really a big wasn't really a big news day. Other than PS Plus, if you guys are PS Plus players, you get NBA 2K16 and Gone Home. Both good games.
Do you want to talk about what Xbox is doing next?
We can definitely go into there.
Hmm?
All right, so we can definitely talk about what Xbox and PS4 is thinking about next.
You go headline the PS4.
I headline PS4.
Nigga, you deaf.
Yeah, I am deaf. I wasn't exactly sure. I wasn't ready for that at all. Okay, PlayStation is coming out with the PS 4.5. All the rumors and speculations are saying definitely that it will be coming out later on this year. It will probably be announced around E3. And most people don't really know how it's going to be kind of sold because it'll be coming around the same time the PSVR is. So Sony's expecting people to buy another $400 console and a $400 gaming headset.
But it's not that huge of a jump, to be honest. It's nowhere near an entire new console.
No, that's why it's a 4.5. It's not a new console. It's not a new console. All the games that come out in PS 4.5 will be able to play on PS 4, and every game on PS4 can play on PS 4.5. They're making sure and limiting that the PS 4.5 doesn't have anything game-changing or incredible where you actually much different than the PS4 other than better graphics and better frame rates. It's going to make PSVR better, a better experience, more smoother with all that CPU power being in there. However, it's not an incredible jump. However, most people are probably wanting to buy the PS 4.5. I don't know about you, but I feel like I want to buy it.
I don't know. I don't think I would buy it, to be honest.
At some point, I will buy it. I think within the next year after it releases, I would buy it.
Why not just wait for a new console, though? There's really no advantage apart from having the 4K,
Better, you get better graphics.
Yeah.
Better graphics, better frame rates.
Is it really worth dropping $800 for a new console and a new headset for the same games and better graphics?
Initially, I would say no.
How can you tell me it is worthwhile spending almost $1,000 for the same games that you can play anyway?
You can say the same argument, why'd you spend $500 on your graphics card when you could definitely buy a $200 graphics card that plays the same games?
Okay, alright, fair point.
It's all about, I guess, the frame rates. The PlayStation 4 came out kind of in a vacuum, came out underwhelming. It wasn't as strong as PC gaming. It never is, but it was a little below mid-tier by then. So I'm definitely thinking they're trying to eke out a little more power to give to developers to make it nicer, to make 60 frames per second 1080p actually a thing, because consoles can't even hit that. It's usually 30 frames per second 1080p, or like 900p and 60 frames per second. Yeah. They definitely want to stay relevant with PC gaming becoming cheaper. A lot of people are hopping over to PC gaming for the resolutions, for faster games and everything. So PC
gaming's beautiful. There's no comparison.
Talking about PC gaming, Xbox is doing something very similar with their Xbox One. Their new updates. They're trying to, rumors and speculations again, but they're trying to make Xbox and PC the same thing.
Yeah.
Windows and Xbox are going to be the same thing. Xbox is just going to be a platform now. Speculation, the Xbox 2 coming out in a couple of years, that they're going to be trying to basically take away discs, make your Xbox 2 basically a PC you just put in your home console and you can play it like that. And if you wanted to save a game or move that whole game to your computer, you definitely can. I have heard some rumors even saying that if you buy one game on the Xbox platform on your Xbox, you can play that on your PC also, and it goes back and forth. And I'm talking about all exclusive. So if they make another Halo, it's for PC also. Or if they make Gears of War, it's coming out on PC. So it's going to be back and forth, which is Xbox is taking that kind of, Microsoft's taking that kind of step where they're eventually going to know that there's either going to be one console future where one console is going to rule them all, or that PC gaming is going to be here to stay and more people are going to go into it because for the money-wise, you get better every gaming for your money and price tag.
Yeah.
And it lasts you longer.
Now to step back to what PS4 is doing with
Yes.
the 4.5 or the PS4K, a lot of people were speculating that Xbox would return favor with an Xbox 1.5.
There's actually talks about Xbox 1.5 before the PS 4.5.
But as of recently, it's come to light that that is not quite the case, hasn't it?
Nope.
Phil Spencer's wanting to hold off to release an entire new console.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not too surprised at, honestly. The Xbox has been released a lot slower than the PlayStation has been.
Even though it's been really good, it's actually outselling Xbox 360.
No, yeah, absolutely.
It is still doing, even though it's sold much less than PS4, it's still outselling.
When did the PlayStations come out? When did the PlayStation 1 come out? 90...
PlayStation 1 came out... Oh. Are we still live?
No,
We're still
yeah,
live.
we're
Okay,
still
there we
live.
go. The PlayStation 1 came out in America in 95 or 96.
What about the PlayStation 2?
The PlayStation 2 wasn't too far along. I think 99.
And the
Or
PlayStation
99,
3?
2001. PlayStation 3 was about 2006.
So that's like 4 years apart each time.
No, the PS2 was about 6 years. 4 years to PlayStation 1. 6 years, and then PlayStation 3 to PS4 was 8 years. So, so yeah.
See, like the PlayStation, I mean the Xbox, the original Xbox didn't come out until 2001. And then the 360 came out 4 years later in 2005. And they waited 8 whole years for the Xbox.
The Xbox One was very experimental by Microsoft too. Their first gaming console they came out after PS2. Obviously sold a lot less. PS2 is the top selling console, home console of all time. But it came out as experimental. They expected to be big, but didn't know how big it was going to get.
Yeah.
And they definitely came out first swinging. They came out a whole year before PS3 did, and that's why they dominated the market for most of the time. Everyone in America had a Xbox 360 for sure, but that's definitely not the case. I think home console gamers are very accustomed to buying a console and investing into the future that is.
Yeah.
I know people are buying PS4s and Xbox Ones last year. Imagine if they tell them, hey, at least for PlayStation, be like, hey, the new console that you spent $400 on? Yeah, next year they're coming out with another one that's better for $400 also.
But that's always the case with consoles. There's always something new that's going to be right.
That's never always the case. If you bought a PS3, it came out in 2006. If you bought a PS3 in 2009, you still had another 6 years of gaming. If you bought a PS3
you didn't know that at the time.
If you bought PS3 at 2000, yeah.
No matter what console you buy, it will always be replaced.
Eventually, but most people expect to buy a console and have it lean out. For a console to only have a 4-year span, that's so short. That's incredibly short. The only times you see that is when they initially release a console, and that's because they don't put a lot of money behind it.
Wasn't there a 4-year span with the PlayStation, though?
PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Then after that, they had a 6-year span.
Okay.
6 years to 8 years is what most consoles have stayed at with. Most consoles have been.
See, with Sony coming out with this new PlayStation 4.5, PlayStation 4X,
PS Neo, let's name them all, I guess.
PS Neo, whatever. There's 3 names. Microsoft is actually holding on to come out with a full upgrade, which I prefer. I don't want to spend $1,000 on something that I can play the same games on. Yes, it's about the experience. Yes, I want it to look pretty, but how long is the 4K going to be out until an actual new console is released.
If they keep it at this pace, then you have 3 years.
So I don't want to spend $1,000 and then it have a lifespan.
Not
of
grand.
3 years.
What are you saying? $1,000. $400.
You said $400 for the headset, $400 for the.
The headset
console.
stays consistent. The headset's separate. You don't have to buy the headset with it. We're talking about just consoles. $400.
But you said 4 years was a short span.
4 years is a short span. Yes.
3 years is even shorter.
Yes.
You're going to spend $400 on something you're going to use for 3 years. You're still going to have your PS4 unless you sell it. And then they're going to come out with a brand new console. It just seems like a lot, it's a lot of expenditure for something that's not going to have the longevity or the shelf life that you would want it to.
To play devil's advocate, and what a lot of people are saying, every 2 years you spend a lot of money on your phone. Or people upgrade their phone almost every year.
True.
And that phone's cost about $800. After all the contract and everything like that, you spend about $800 every 2 years on your phone. So
yeah, but every new phone you get, there's a significant upgrade.
Is there?
This is just graphics.
Is there?
Yeah.
Between the iPhone 6 and 6S.
I mean, that's literally just a bigger screen, but I wanted a bigger screen. That's irrelevant. It's
that's what the other side of the camp is saying is that
but the
for
5
consoles
to 6
for consoles that's a
more
relative.
memory, faster.
Wait.
The 5 to 6. It had more storage, more memory.
Okay.
It was faster.
Okay.
How?
That's exactly what the PS4.5 is going to be. They're going to put more memory in it, probably a 1 terabyte hard drive instead of 500. It's going to be a faster CPU.
Yeah,
it's going to be a better GPU.
Are you going to get the amount of usage that you would out your phone, though? Your phone you're constantly using throughout the day. Well, at least this generation is.
Most people only have...
You're not on the screen.
Oh. This is so close. I got to be like right next to you.
It's okay. But I mean,
It's,
I just don't feel like it's a worthwhile investment.
But things... You don't have to. You don't have to upgrade and buy the 4.5 because you're still getting basically the same experience with your PS4.
Yeah. But
and then when they come out with the PS5, then you can upgrade. Then it's the same idea like iPhones. You're the iPhone 6 or an iPhone 6S, user. The 6S isn't that much difference. But some people like
I
it.
figure it's more between the 5 and the 6, or the 6 and the 6 Plus.
No, it's more like the
you're right.
between.
You're right.
Yeah. Some people like being on the newer generations, and some people like being
I love
later
it.
on.
I just don't think it's worth $400, $800. If it were $200, I'd do it.
That would, if you want to throw a wrench into everything, what's going to happen? Nintendo has already said it that their new NX console is not even releasing this year, and will be releasing next year probably.
I don't think Nintendo. I don't know.
They're not only
I feel like
not only with the Wii.
They needed the NX.
The Wii U came out right before the PS4 and Xbox One came out. Meaning that when it came out, it wasn't even as strong as those other two ones. So it maybe had 1 year in there where it was just as strong as the PS3 and Xbox 360. And then all of a sudden, they came out with new generations, and then it was automatically back behind
You can
everything.
barely call the Wii U a console. To be honest. It's practically a Wii.
The Wii U, definitely better than the Wii. It has HD.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh. I mean, it's... I don't know, like...
You say, oh, but like... If you don't know Wii, I can't even put component cables on that TV. I can't play Wii.
I use the Wii. I played Pokemon Coliseum on it.
Yeah, because remember you had to buy the little extender?
Yeah, I did. But, I mean, shit, I played the N64. But before the Wii, the N64 was the last console they had, right?
GameCube.
GameCube, right. Okay, no, GameCube was awesome. I don't have shit to say about GameCube.
If you want to bring facts up, from the SNES, which was their peak, N64 did not sell as much as the NES.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
GameCube did not sell as much as the N64. People loved it, but did not sell...
Again, I'm not surprised.
Nearly
the only difference was really...
The only thing that was an outlier is the Wii, which just blew up because everyone loved the motion controls.
Yeah.
But then even by the end of the console generation, people stopped playing Wii completely.
Absolutely.
And then now it's the Wii U, which is miserably low. Dreamcast low. Below
Yeah.
Dreamcast, maybe, I think. Or barely hitting Dreamcast. The Wii U is at 12 million units, where the PS4 is at 40.
Oh no, it's the handheld consoles do a lot better than the actual, TV consoles though.
The handheld consoles do better. They keep it for a longer lifespan. But yeah, the handheld consoles do much better because they're the only one really in the market.
I just thought they really, I don't know. I would have thought they wanted to push the NX because I felt like they needed it.
They
on
do
the
need.
market.
They need the NX. Like if they with now, especially with the PS 4.5 maybe coming out this year, which is gonna be even stronger than what it is, and then if Xbox 2 comes up, they're releasing in this weird margin. Like this is the year if that PS 4.5 comes out. This is perfect because they can line up with PlayStation and maybe have the same amount of hardware or maybe just a little bit less, but they can get on track. They don't want to be the console maker that comes out in the middle of the life cycle because no one's an upgrade to it.
Yeah,
no one's
always lagging behind.
Exactly. Then, like in a couple years, the new one are going to come out and it's be nicer. So, where I want Nintendo to succeed, I think it's nice that Nintendo around.
Yeah.
I also want them to just shut up. Stop making consoles and give us Brawl on our 360s, on our PCs, and give us Brawl. I mean, for our Xbox, PlayStations, and our PCs. Become a software. You have great games. Your hardware sucks.
The only reason I get that shit is for the games. Literally, Pokemon, Smash Bros.
How long even with the Wii U, how long can that keep you entertained for? You're gonna play every now and then, but after a while, you're like, oh, I want to play a different game. Oh, I want to play, Witcher 3. Gotta bust out my PC or PS4. You can't have it by itself. It's not a solo console.
And most of the games are typically handheld games as well. Why play Smash Bros. On the Wii U? You can just play it on the 3DS. Slightly cheaper, works just as well. And it's portable. You can take that. You can be having fucking dinner with your family, bust out Smash Bros, and play some fucking Pikachu.
It sounds like you've done it before.
And wreck some shit. Yeah, no. Literally, I'll be at the dinner table, and my mom will be like, what the hell are you doing? I'm just fucking nuking bitches, playing Pikachu, Smash Bros.
Jesus.
Recognize. I don't know. It's...
The NX is the last hope. If the NX does not hit, which I hope it does, but I don't think it will.
But I get a feeling that they're so
Japanese and held to the culture.
Yeah,
to the point
they're so stubborn. I feel like if it doesn't work, Pokemon is the games are just gonna end. I don't think they'll let other consoles run Pokemon games.
I think at that point, if their console does not hit or anything, I think they will swallow the pride because in the end they're a business. They will swallow their pride and they'll start putting Pokemon games. They'll start putting Legend of Zelda and everything on other consoles.
I don't know. I honestly
They have to.
They should, but.
I think everyone gives them one more chance because it's Nintendo. They've come out with, I don't know about you, but I remember playing Nintendo games all through my life, and I loved it. The GameCube was super fun. The N64, GoldenEye, great. Just everything about them. I love Nintendo. Recently, they've been going down. I just want them to come back to what they were. I think it'd be nice to have 3 players on the console space, not just 2.
But then I just want them all. I gotta catch them all.
You can't have them all.
Shit, I had a PS4 and an Xbox One.
And you barely used the Xbox One.
But I had one.
Okay.
No, it's the same thing. Do I really need my GameCube or my Wii or my N64 or my 3DS?
No, you can emulate it on
or
your
my
computer.
PSP?
No.
Or my DS Lite? Or my Game Boy SP?
By the way,
or my
he's
Game Boy
listing all
Advance?
these off. He
played
probably plays one of them for an hour or less every 3 to 4 months. And it's usually his GameCube, and he plays a game and then gets frustrated with it and turns it off, and it's like, I'll play it in 3 months.
Digimon is not a fucking game! Digimon Digimon 4 on the GameCube? Like, that shit is... I feel like if you wanted to get into, like, the Secret Service or, like, some extremely secretive, you know, some intelligence portion of the government, they're gonna sit you down and be like, beat level 1 of Digimon 4
are you saying,
on the GameCube.
Are you saying for the SATs, they need like
It's
reading, writing,
that fucking
math,
hard.
liter, and then like how far did you get in Digimon?
Yeah, no, like it's no surprise that when I play games, I enjoy a drink or two. But me and my friend Christian, 2-player, normal, not even hard, not even expert, Digimon 4, 2-player, should have been twice as easy. Like, they don't scale over anything. We couldn't beat the first fucking zone. That is how real this game is.
I think you guys just...
I want to see you try fucking...
No, God, no.
Like, you'll get so pissed. First of all, you spawn in.
You know what? We'll make this...
no idea where to go.
We'll stream it. At some point, we'll stream it.
How are we going to manage that?
Don't worry, I got it.
Oh, okay.
We'll stream it.
I'm just saying it's bullshit. I love Digimon, but it's bullshit. It's the worst. I hate it. But I love it.
Digimon or Pokemon?
Oh, Pokemon all the way.
Okay.
Pokemon is childhood. Digimon is, like, preteen.
Okay. Understandable.
Pokemon's life.
How would you feel if there was a full Pokemon RPG released on consoles, open world, everything, on like PS4, Xbox One, PC? I'd
probably throw at least... I'd be willing to pay up to $2,000 for it, honestly. Like, it's no fucking... Like, before I lost my 3DS, which is, I hope, somewhere in this house, I had over 700 hours on one Pokemon game. And that was Pokemon Y. Pokemon X, I had 300 hours on. And then on each of the previous DS games, I had at least 100 hours. My Pokemon Yellow, it doesn't track hours, but I've had the same load file since I was 8. And I finished the Pokédex. Let it be known.
Let it be known. But all in all, how do you feel about this whole mid-generation update? I mean, I don't even think we went in with how Xbox is trying to expand rumors of E3, that now you'll probably be able to stream your game through like a little dongle on your TV or anything like that. But how do you feel about the future of consoles if this is what it looks like?
I feel like there is a market for people who would want, to spend that sort of money on new graphics. But I feel like there's, as much as I love games, which is practically all I do. Right, you're talking to a guy that has over 800 days logged on World of Warcraft. I don't think it's worth it. You can play the same game. You will get the same game experience from the PS4 as you would the PS4.5 or the PS4X.
Yes.
If I were made of money, I'd get it just because I could.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's not something people need.
I agree with that.
To make a profit, you want something that gamers would... They typically need. If they want to experience the next level, they need to invest. This is just, the only difference is it's a little bit faster and it's a little bit prettier.
What I don't like is that they're pairing it next to the PlayStation VR, which I hope takes off. I hope it does well. But I think when people get the taste of new console coming out and then new headset, and people will be like, oh, you need the new headset with the new console probably. Because a lot of people aren't informed. They just listen to the news and be like, oh, they're both heading out. Oh, you got to buy the newest one because I can't play the PSVR on my PS4. I think it's just really hard. I don't think the PlayStation 4 is still selling great. It's selling as strong as the PS2 is, which PS2 sold 120 million consoles. So I think they're just shooting themselves in the foot for no reason. I don't know why they're releasing it. I don't know why they think that people want this or need it.
What, the 4.5?
The 4.5. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't know why they're doing it this year. Why are they doing it the same year they're releasing another $400 product?
I just think it'd be better if they held off and made a 5.
That'd be the smarter. In 2 years,
If I was CEO,
if you were Shuhei Yoshida,
we take it to another level.
and we could talk to Shuhei Yoshida over there on PlayStation, we'll tell him. What would you tell him?
I try and point out that it's practically pointless.
You wouldn't do it if you were CEO?
If I what?
If you weren't CEO?
If I was CEO, I would not release a 4.5.
The thing is, obviously the 4.5 has been in development for a long time. Consoles don't just spring up like that. Consoles have to go through a lot. This has probably been in plan for about 3 years. Since they released the PlayStation 4, they've probably been planning for.
I think it's a waste of resources in that case. Absolutely, they could. I don't know. They could be working on technology. They could be waiting for new things to be discovered because technology is growing at an exponential rate. Like, I feel like 3 years. That's a long time. That's 1 year short of how long it took. What the 3 to the 4, or the 2 to the 3?
1 to 3, 1 to 2,
1 to 2, and the 1 to 360. That was a 4-year difference.
Those are the first generation consoles.
And both of those were huge jumps. It doesn't matter if they were first year consoles.
They're a big jump. And graphics wise, you basically go from 2D scrollers all of a sudden to 3D gaming.
Absolutely. And I feel like these resources could, I don't know, had they applied them elsewhere, it could be a much more impressive console than simply pretty and faster.
But even the PS5, isn't it just going to be prettier and faster? What else can they add to consoles now?
I'm sure that's what they said years ago.
Let's say,
can you imagine
Xbox
someone running the NES or the SNES and being like, where can we go from here? And then them seeing the games we're running now.
No, let's say, alright, Xbox 360 and PS3 to PS4 and to Xbox One. Other than the graphics being prettier, have you noticed any difference?
More dynamic worlds. Larger worlds. More involving. The games, not only have the graphics grown, but the games have grown themselves. Like, no way could a game back then be the size of, an Elder Scrolls game. Or
Skyrim?
The Witcher. Or...
Skyrim was a humongous game, had a lot of things in it, came out in PS3 and Xbox 360.
But could it have come out on PS2?
No, I'm talking about, like, the big jumps. The Xbox 360 and PS3 to PS4 and Xbox One honestly wasn't a big jump other than graphics. Other than graphics and RAM, because they were working on only 512 megabytes of RAM, and they went to 8 gigabytes RAM. So, of course, you can do more things with it and add more thing. But it
hasn't been that big of a...
It hasn't been anything humongous revelation, where PS2 to PS3, PS3 brought in HD gaming. PS3 brought in basically high detailed open world gaming, where you can go into where open world RPGs that we know now is basically all come with PS3, which you couldn't really do too much with PS2.
The next step I really foresee is the virtual reality. Which
that's what I feel like too.
All here. But
I think virtual reality is the only new thing that you could not do at all in PS3, and that's what I think. Xbox has not talked anything about virtual reality at all, so Sony's gonna be one of the first affordable and commercial products for VR. And what they do when they release that product, releasing a new console right behind it to cannibalize that product. And if that product does not sell, just like the Kinect, just like all the other PlayStation Move, just like Guitar Hero controllers and stuff,
I never bought into PlayStation Move.
I mean, no one did. But the thing is, if not enough people buy them, developers aren't going to make games for them.
Yep.
If developers don't make games for them, people aren't going to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So then they shoot themselves in the foot. So if VR is going to be the future, and really, like, VR is going to be the future at some point, but if Sony wants it to be their future, they need to put a lot more behind VR, and a lot more of this is our experience, and they get it out before Xbox. Xbox hasn't even talked anything about their own VR other than HoloLens, which isn't really VR, and they haven't even talked about that being with Xbox. So Sony can knock it out of the park with PSVR if they don't fuck it up this fall.
For the PS 4.5, the PS4X.
Okay.
It's a letter. It's a consonant. Don't worry about it. Oh no, I'm not impressed. I definitely think resources could have been used more effectively elsewhere.
Yep.
I definitely believe it's. I actually don't think it's going to be nearly as successful as they're hoping.
Now, what if?
I feel like
how would you say?
Are gonna be like,
what would you say if they lowered the PS4 price to $250 and come out with a PS4K?
What, the PS4K being how expensive the
PS4 is now, and then they lower it from $350 to $250.
That'd be more realistic, but that's similar to a new console being released. And let's be honest, it's not a new console. It's the same games. It's just faster.
It's S version.
Yeah, it's literally the S version of the PS4. I don't think they should charge.
I think it'd be funny if they call it PlayStation 4 Slim, PS4S.
Yeah.
For short, and then all of a sudden it's more powerful.
Yeah. It's basically the PlayStation Slim. It's basically an iPhone S, just for the PS4. I don't think it's going to be nearly as successful as they're hoping.
I don't think so either. They've been doing so well so far. And Sony always fucks it up. Mm-hmm. Sony always comes around and knows how to fuck shit up. It's like they're running ahead, like, I'm in the lead. Let me take a break real quick. Ah, shit, I lost.
I don't know. If people really think about it, what person in their right mind would be like, I'm going to pay the price for a brand new console for a rehashed and a revamped old console? That's prettier and faster.
There are people out there, or people who haven't bought PS4s. Let's be honest, there are still people out there who have not bought PS4s at all, so if they buy a PS4, they're getting the newer one. But then that makes people like you salty, because your neighbor Joe over there buys a new PS4 for the same price you did, and his PS4 looks a lot nicer than yours.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna have money when the PS5 comes out. He's gonna be dinking around with this shitty-ass PS4S.
But yeah, I think... And I think Xbox is definitely making some new steps. Mm-hmm. Xbox making it a platform is very smart. I think embracing PC culture, Phil Spencer's a smart guy. Cat.
But, as for my sentence for the PS4, I'm absolutely not impressed. We were only attorneys, we argued our point, but myself, I think it's a waste of money. I think it's a waste of resources, and I don't think it's going to be nearly as successful as they are hoping.
I think Sony, my point of view, I think Sony is just shooting themselves in the foot. Mm-hmm. I think they're far ahead in leading the races, and then they're like, let's try to be ahead and give customers what they want before they know they want it. And they missed the mark. Like, the bullseye was here, and they just end up throwing all the way left, like 90 degrees. I don't think they hit it right. I think if they just stuck to the VR guns, stuck to like, hey, we're releasing VR on PS4, and then just pushed that with all their marketing power, I think that would have done a lot better. I think a lot of people have been more excited. Yep. So, we'll see. I guess we'll see later on at E3. We will have a predictions later on. Just before E3, we're going to look at the rumors and predict some crazy things. Last year is when they came out and said that Final Fantasy VII Remastered's coming out. PlayStation had a great console. Then Xbox came out with backwards compatibility. Yep. Big things. So we'll have a prediction contest on there. We'll see who gets more things right. But other than that, I think that's about it for tonight.
I believe so. For those of you that watch, let us know what you think. Am I right? I mean, we basically agreed on this one.
Yeah, I think we agree, but if anyone's out there who actually like that PS4.5 or don't own a PS4 and want to get one or like these shorter consoles, explain your points. Write it down there.
Let us know.
Write in the comments of the YouTube videos. And also, just give us some feedback about how we're doing things.
Yeah.
If we're shitty, and we probably are, just tell us.
All constructive criticism is welcome. Even if it's like, you're shit, fix it.
Yeah. Even if you send death letters, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with death letters. Just send them to...
Pin them on my bedroom wall.
I'll read them every morning. I'm like, this guy wants to kill me. Okay.
Makes me feel wanted.
Anyways, I think that's it for now. Court adjourned.
Court adjourned, yeah. Mm-hmm.